Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our auction studio here at our head office in Te Atatu. My name is Craig Derrick. On behalf of us, Austar Realty, we wish you all the best if you are logging on. One, to see what's going on out there in the marketplace. Two, specifically, perhaps if you're buying a property today, we have got a few auctions today. Or three, and most importantly, if you've logged on to Bedford because you're interested in 23 Bedford Street. All right. Just remember there are several options for you. Some of you are logged on via Zoom. We have got the YouTube channel is also up and running, and some people I know come on board via Facebook. So whichever medium you are using, if you have any issues with your medium, just type a message into the chat box. Our IT staff are watching. They will pick up on your message straight away. All right, first property available this morning. This really, really neat and tidy first home buyer, perhaps investor buyer, perhaps property in Te Atatu, 22 Bedford Street. I'm going to go through the conditions of sale for you. We'll talk about the property just a little bit and then get into the auction itself. So let's just do the housekeeping stuff first. 22 Bedford Street, Te Atatu, legally described as an estate and freehold. It's a cross-lease property being a house share of 1,135 square metres. It's lot 15 on deposit of plan 47729. All this information contained in certificate of title NA 80A folio 205. The chattels that stay with the property are noted in the contract. If you are interested in the property, you'll know what the chattels are. Folks, the conditions of sale have been on display throughout the period of the marketing. And again, this morning before the auction, contained within the conditions of sale of the terms to your bidding, they simply state the property shall be offered for sale by public auction and subject to the vendor's reserve price. The highest bidder whose bid I accept with the purchaser, the amount of the highest bid, the purchase price. If a dispute arises regarding any bid, I'll simply re-offer the property back to you at the last undisputed bid. The vendor reserves the right for me to bid on their behalf. If I vendor bid, it's at a level below the reserve, just done to keep the auction flowing, and the vendor reserves the right to refuse any bid or to withdraw the property from sale at any time before it's sold without disclosing the reserve price. There's a 10% deposit required on the full of the hammer. Settlement on offer. So Alan and Lisa, our awesome vendors, they would love a settlement around February next year. So it gives you plenty of time to get your ducks in a row, perhaps to get a house sold, but February next year, not too far out, it's just a perfect time really in real estate terms. All right, and speaking of Alan and Lisa, guys, this house is an absolute credit to you. You have done all of the hard work. So for the buyers who are watching, you can move in, you can put your own stamp on it, the cosmetics, but the hard work here has mostly been done by Alan and Lisa. And what you are getting is a really, really good family home, a really good first home buyer property in a quiet street in one of West Auckland's hottest suburbs, Te Atatu, right? We sell development properties all the time. Te Atatu is right at the top of the list for the developers. So when developers want a suburb, it means the suburb is popular. The suburb is really, really good. So that's all I'm going to say about the property, because that's all that needs saying. It speaks for itself. It is here. It is ready to go. Folks, before we get underway, just confirm today's auction held in accordance with the Real Estate Institute Code of Practice for Auctions. If you're bidding at auction, you must disclose to us your residency or citizenship status. And of course, if you're the lucky buyer, supply to your solicitor your IRD number and a New Zealand bank account number. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make it really easy for you. 22 Bedford Street is for sale. I'm going to start it off on behalf of the vendors at $900,000. I need a $10,000 bid at $900,000. I'm not going to vendor bid again at $900,000. We give you this opportunity. Just remember that when we don't sell a property at auction, it is available for conditional offers straight afterwards. So if you are logged in and if you're ready to bid, now is your opportunity. At $900,000 needs to be 910 at 900,000. At $900,000, you're done at 900. First call in at $900,000. We're happy to sell it to a conditional buyer. At $900,000, second bid then. Third call at $900,000. Ladies and gentlemen, at $900,000, I give you one last chance. Needs to be 910. If you bid me 910, we'll pause the auction and negotiate with the vendors on your behalf. At $900,000, called it 3 times. Ladies and gentlemen, at $900,000, I formally pass in 22 Bedford Street. If you've got interest in the property that is not unconditional interest, if you need to make conditional offers, it is your lucky day. You need to come to me, to Mark or to Jason straight away. I suspect, and we know, that good real estate always sells. This property may not be available for very long. Folks, enjoy the rest of the day. We may see you again. Thank you so much.